Deadpool, the fictional comic book persona and secret identity of one Ryan Rodney Reynolds, was characterized perfectly in his first movie and then subsequently assassinated for the sake of the plot in his successive sequels, and it's all because of his goddamn stripper girlfriend. But before we get into all that, for those who don't know, Deadpool is a character in Marvel Comics that functions as a sort of anti-hero due to his unorthodox methods of handling the bad guys.
Wade, please.
Cockshot! Oh, your poor wife.
Yeah, this ain't your fucking grandpappy's Captain America type superhero, my guy.
Language.
Suck a dick. He basically swears a lot, does a lot of brutal killing, and usually only stops the bad guys if he's financially incentivized to do so. He also does this a lot.
Con, they're all lame-ass teachers' pets.
You know I can hear you.
Wasn't talking to you. I was talking to them.
That's called breaking the fourth wall. He can do that because he's aware of the fact that he is in fact a comic book character that exists within a fictional world, so he has the ability to talk directly to the audience whenever he wants to. Now, let's get this clear. This video is about Deadpool the character, not Deadpool the movie franchise. So relax, bro. I like Deadpool and Wolverine too, even though that plot was kind of fucking bullshit. Deadpool is my second favorite Marvel character. The first Deadpool movie is up there as one of the greatest comic book movies to ever exist as far as I'm concerned. I love rewatching that movie. I've memorized all the jokes. I resonate with the character on a narcissistic level. And that 12 bullet highway action scene is probably my second favorite comic book fight scene. So I'm always excited to rewatch this movie. But as for his sequels, yeah, not so much enthusiasm when it comes to those guys. Whenever I do my classic rewatch / binge session for the previously critically acclaimed duology, now newly completed Deadpool trilogy, I always feel like I'm being forced to watch the sequels, like it's something I just have to do. Kind of like how you have to rewatch Age of Ultron in the build up to rewatching Endgame. And the reason is because in the first movie, he had a mission objective and a definitive task he had to accomplish that made sense with regards to the way we've characterized this character within the context of the movie. The plot is basically Wade Wilson, the deadly, highly trained mercenary for hire, falls in love with this girl, then finds out he has terminal everywhere cancer. He gets approached by these guys that claim they can give him superpowers that will cure his cancer, so he goes with them, gets a regenerative healing factor that heals his cancer faster than it can kill him, but also makes his entire skin look like the inside of a homeless man's asshole, who also has everywhere cancer.
I am sorry, you are haunting. Your face is the stuff of nightmares.
Like a testicle with teeth.
You will die alone. You look like an avocado. Had sex with an older, more disgusting avocado. Yeah. Not gently, like it was hate fucking.
So his objective is kidnap Francis, the guy that gave him the superpower, so he can fix his face so he can look sexy for his sexy stripper girlfriend again. Simple. Before he got diagnosed with cancer, he was literally about to marry this girl, so it makes sense that he would dedicate all his time and efforts towards making sure that she would still want to marry him now that he's technically not dying from cancer anymore. Every step he takes, every decision he makes drives him closer and closer towards his goal, with not a single dull moment in sight, while actively turning down Colossus every time he tries to make him join the X-Men, because like I said, he's not a fucking superhero. He only beats up the bad guys if he personally has something to gain. He doesn't give a shit about the greater good, so he wouldn't work well within the framework of a stereotypical superhero team. That's Deadpool. And I'm talking strictly about the way he's depicted in the movies, not in the comics. So don't come to my fucking comment section talking about, well, actually, in X-Force 1998, issue number 27, he really did want to be a part of the Justice League and fight alongside Omni-Man in the battle against the Decepticons. So you see, your analysis is actually quite flawed on so many levels. Don't do it, bro. I don't want to fucking hear it. Anyway, the movie ends with him getting his MacGuffin and realizing that looking sexy again was really about the friends he made along the way, or something along those lines. I wasn't really paying attention, but the point is, he had a mission and every action was geared towards completing that mission. Cool. Great movie, great action scenes, great internally consistent character motivations, all around good stuff. But the problem then arises when in Deadpool 2, the inferior sequel to Deadpool 1, he just mopes around with nothing to do until the ghost of his dead girlfriend tells him the next thing he's supposed to care about. The reason I don't like this movie and why it's objectively bad, at least from a character point of view, is because the protagonist has no fucking agency for 80% of the runtime. After he unalives the guys that unalived his girlfriend, he literally has nothing to do. He just jumped from plot point to plot point, reacted to what other people do or say, not making any definitive decisions of his own, with no real objective that aligns with the way he was perfectly characterized in the first movie. Now, I'm gonna walk you through the major plot points of Deadpool 2 so you can see exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. His girlfriend gets shot, so he hunts down the assailant and puts him in the ground. Cool. He loves his girlfriend and he doesn't care about Batman's moral code. Lines up perfectly with his character. This then leads him to try and unalive himself multiple times, but his pesky regenerative healing factor won't let him. Again, this makes sense. Love will make you want to do shit like that sometimes, so it all checks out. Then he sees a vision of his dead girlfriend. She tells him his heart's not in the right place. Colossus says something about his heart belonging with the X-Men. So Deadpool joins the fucking X-Men. Not of his own free will or because he changed his principles. No, not no fucking bullshit like that. Nope. He did it because his dead girlfriend told him to. Great. The character assassination has begun. On his first mission to stop some kid from burning people alive, he straight up shoots the bad guy that's been abusing him in the head, gets kicked out of the X-Men and gets put in prison with the kid because he's not fucking X-Men material. We know this already. Then, in prison, his healing factor goes away, so he reverts back to his original plan and waits for his cancer to kill him. AKA, he just mopes around doing nothing until the plot gives him a reason to act. Then out of nowhere, Cable, some guy from the future, comes to kill the kid because the kid ends up killing his family in a few years or some shit. So now Deadpool is forced to get off his lazy ass and fight Cable to protect the kid. Do you see how the plot is essentially driving him as opposed to the first movie when he was driving the plot? The fight ends with him escaping prison. He sees another vision of his dead girlfriend. She says some vague bullshit about the importance of children. Then he decides that his new mission for the rest of the movie is to protect the kid from Cable. The same kid he had been avoiding throughout his time in prison.
He's my friend!
Zip it! We're not friends.
And explicitly states that he doesn't care about.
Why are you protecting the kid? I don't give a fuck about him.
Is now the central driving force of the movie and his primary source of motivation. Why? Because his girlfriend fucking said so. And that's it. That's the plot of the whole film. He literally has no autonomy throughout this whole movie. Every major plot point is driven either by the ghost of Vanessa or other side characters with their own personal agendas. Deadpool literally just reacts to the actions and motivations of others throughout the whole movie, never once making a proactive move besides when he killed the guy that killed his girl and shot the Predator guy in the head. But I've got great news. It turns out the assassination doesn't end there. In the third movie, Deadpool and Wolverine, his ungrateful girlfriend, who he brought back to life with fucking time travel, mind you, starts busting his balls because she thinks he's not doing anything with his life. So he travels to the MCU, tries to join the Avengers. Again, Deadpool would never want to do this, at least not unironically. He gets rejected because he doesn't fucking fit in with them, a fact which he has known since the first movie. Then he gets depressed because the dumbass, goofy-ass PG-13 superhero team don't want him and his girlfriend leaves him. So he stops being Deadpool for 6 years and only puts on the suit again when Tom Wamsgams tells him he can join the MCU. Are you guys seeing what I'm talking about, or am I just going fucking crazy over here? It's like the Deadpool we met in the first movie died at the end and got replaced with this imposter at the start of the sequel. What really pisses me off is the fact that these people keep trying to shove Deadpool in these generic superhero teams simply because his girl wants him there. It really doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, where's his fucking autonomy, bro? He doesn't fit in with them and he doesn't want... Okay. Okay, alright. Let's relax now and just... Like I said, I really enjoy the Deadpool movies. I just don't like it when writers pointlessly assassinate my characters for the sake of getting them from point A to point B within the narrative in the most pointlessly and arbitrarily contrived way possible.
Well, that's just lazy writing.
Anyway, subscribe to my Patreon for Weko's Echo. That's my Patreon exclusive weekly podcast where I review movies, answer your questions, and react to Reddit stories. Whew. Well, this was fun. Subscribe to the Patreon, link in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next analysis.
Finish fucking her the fuck up!
Language, please.
Suck a cock!